With amazing results in this year's Civil Services examination, Study IQ has once again proved that quality can be provided along with affordability. हमारे P2I यानी Prelims to Interview 2025 लाइव बैच में you will get 1000+ hours की लाइव क्लासेस, 1-to-1 mentorship, daily answer writing practice, success in prelims crash course, 18 books covering all GS subjects, interview guidance program, and the most important, mains residential program where all prelims cleared students will be called to Study IQ campus in Delhi at no additional cost. Batches English, Hindi और English तीनों में available हैं. For any query, call 079-7142-0466. Scan QR code to join now.
Study IQ IAS. अब तैयारी हुई affordable.
Hello friends, my name is Sameer Goyal. I have secured an All India rank of 222 in this year's Civil Service examination. A brief about my background. I hail from Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. I have done my engineering from Government College in Electrical Engineering. My option is Sociology, and I am also working in the Reserve Bank of India as an officer for last 7 years. Currently posted in Mumbai. I would like to thank Delhi Knowledge Track, Priya Jindal Madam, to have given me this opportunity to speak with the audience through your esteemed channel. I am been asked to give my strategy for GS1. Now GS1 is a paper that I think is very scoring. People consider it as not a very scoring, but I think it's a very scoring paper. Starting with the sources that I referred to. Firstly, history. So history I referred for ancient, I referred Tamil Nadu NCERTs, and medieval also I referred to them. For modern history I referred to Spectrum book. These are the books that you refer for prelims as well as mains also. For art and architecture I referred to Nitin Singhania's book on art that is there. It is a good book. It is still relevant nowadays also. I read from those books. Secondly, for geography part I referred to 11th and 12th class NCERT. The physical geography NCERT is a book that has questions every year. Somebody leaving that book, even a single page of that book, is doing a very big offense. This has to be memorized, read multiple times. You have to be abreast with that. Nothing can be set apart from that. So then I refer to Goshing Leong also. Some people say use selective reading of Goshing Leong, but I read the whole book. There are some part like landforms and all which I tried to make short notes of and tried to remember some key points, and that helped also because this year also they had this question from geography about, I think this they had this one question about a landform that was covered in Goshing Leong actually. So you have to read that book also. I refer to Mrunal videos for geography. I made notes from that videos. There is some madam that teaches the video that teaches geography there. So I made notes from that. Coming to society part, my optional was sociology, but I think despite having sociology optional, you have to study the subject very well. You have to refer to NCERTs, like understanding society I think is one NCERT that you should refer to. So NCERT should be referred. Note making can be done from the NCERTs. For world history I refer to the NCERTs only. People leave the world history part, but I am not a big votary of leaving any part of the syllabus untouched. So I read that part also. I remember I am making some notes from Norman Liu also long back. I had those notes now also. Now how to approach the paper? See, like first of all the sources are covered. You have read every part of syllabus. You have memorized the syllabus. Now how to approach them? First thumb rule is that you should have 250 words and to 300 words for every topic. Like communalism is a topic. Society, some their topics are there. You need to have 250 to 300 words for every topic. You have to be read with those words, and you have to memorize them. Literally memorize them. रटना मारना है उसको, rectify करना है उसको, तो बहुत ज़रूरी है. Second part is that I refer to a lot of tests. Firstly, the PYQ papers are very important for this paper because it is a static paper and questions do get repeated. So PYQs are a must. You have to be well versed with the last 10 years PYQs, if not more than that. So you have to be very well versed with the PYQs. Attempt them in the exam environment mode. Thirdly, you have to do a lot of mock test also. For the GS1, I think I solved 4 to 5 papers of some coaching institutes and also participated in an open test conducted by coaching institute. So in that you get around 20 questions every paper. So you have a fodder point of 100 to 120 questions also. try to analyze the solutions. Some questions may feel irrelevant, okay, no issues from that, but the solution may feel relevant. You may be using them in some other part of the area, part of the exam also. So try to go through a syllabus, try to understand the mistakes you are making. Thirdly, how to solve the exam, that is very important. Firstly, in history, whenever there is a question in history, you have to write examples. Like if they are talking about the situation of women in the society, you have to quote the ancient times. Like in ancient times, the society had good position of women's. Like the Vedas have mentioned that they had very good positions. In the medieval time, that deteriorated. In the modern times, it improved, but again, it is some new issues are coming up. So you have to write a lot of examples into that. That is very important. Secondly, diagrams. Like if at all there is a question about Sachi, there is a question about architecture, try to draw the diagram. Try to at least draw the map where you know the kingdom is there. Like questions about Pallavas, Cholas, Rashtrakutas. Try to highlight where these are mentioned. And also paper doing is also a very big art. Like if they are asking some architecture question, you may not be knowing the correct architecture, but every kingdom has some peculiar points. Like everybody has a ruler, everybody has some forts, some palaces, some monuments are there. तो कुछ ना कुछ तो हर जगह होता ही है, वो कॉमन ही होता है, तो उसको थोड़ा देख लें. प्रेजेंस ऑफ माइंड जिसे कहते हैं ना, कि गार्डन हमने बनवाए होंगे या फिर अपना जैसे कुछ किसी फोर्ट्स के प्रोटेक्शन के लिए कुछ किया होगा, तो उसको थोड़ा ध्यान रख लें, तो जनरलाइज आंसर हो जाता है थोड़ा, अगर किसी के बारे में नहीं पता तो दैट कैन हेल्प यू अलॉट इन टू दैट स्ट्रैटेजी. कमिंग टू द जियोग्राफी पार्ट. ज्योग्राफी में एवरी क्वेश्चन यू हैव टू ड्रॉ मैप और डायग्राम. एनी क्वेश्चन लेफ्ट विदाउट डायग्राम और मैप इज अनपार्डनेबल. इट्स अ नॉन बेलेबल ऑफेंस इन द सिविल सर्विस एग्जामिनेशन. आपको बेल नहीं मिलेगी अगर आपने डायग्राम नहीं बनाया है तो डायग्राम जरूर बनाएं. ट्राई टू ड्रॉ मैप एज वेल एज पॉसिबल. ट्राई टू ड्रॉ द डायग्राम इन द ब्लॉक. डोंट ट्राई टू मेक इट रैंडमली. Just try to make in a very good, well-defined box, so that it is visible to the examiner and also pleasing to the examiner. I will not recommend using color pencils for that. You can just draw with your pen only. No need to use different pencils because paucity of time is always there. So for geography, you have to draw the diagrams. Lastly, coming to society part. Society is a very scoring area. Believe me. I am not saying because my option is sociology, so I am saying this. It is scoring area for everybody because the topics are very limited. And the keyword will always be asked. Like if they talk about globalization, it's a topic. Sometimes they may ask that globalization का effect क्या है aging पे. Sometimes they may ask the globalization effect on the disabled people. Sometimes they may ask globalization effect on the tribal people. So globalization तो common है. So definition of a globalization, example of globalization is very common. So you have to start with that. Now coming to tribals, you have read about tribals. What you know about the tribals, you have to mention that. And then you have to interlink them, how it affects the tribals. Always try to give both the dimension, positive as well as negative. Writing one dimensional answers will not help you clearing this examination. Believe me, you have to write dimensions. Try to give a dimension that how globalization has positively impacted tribals, how globalization has positively impacted women and the elderly population. At the same time, say negatives also. That why globalization is negatively impacting tribals, like they have been displaced for these large hydropower projects, foreign direct investment coming up, and they have been thrown out of their homes. So if at all there is some case studies, you can mention that also. Try to give a way forward. Now what next? अब ग्लोबलाइजेशन हुआ है तो उसके पॉजिटिव है, नेगेटिव है, बट कुछ ना कुछ तो आपको करना है, आगे बढ़ना है, तो कैसे बढ़ा जा सकता है? तो उससे क्या होगा, अ क्वेश्चन विल हैव 3 सब पार्ट्स, पॉजिटिव, नेगेटिव एंड वे फॉरवर्ड. एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम इंट्रोडक्शन, तो आपका आंसर भी अच्छा हो जाएगा. यू विल एबल टू फिल द स्पेस. You will have more points also for different dimensions, and I think you will score good marks also into that. So ये thumb rule आपको follow करना है. ये एक template बना लो कि और सब headings अच्छे से बनानी है. कि positive लिख रहे हो तो you have to write सब headings, okay, positive impacts. Negative लिख रहे हो तो सब headings बनानी है. Way forward लिख रहे हो तो सब headings बनानी है. Conclude कर रहे हो तो उसको आपको conclude करना है. तो इस चीज़ को आप follow करो. Apart from that, maps बनाने की practice बहुत करो. और जैसे ज्योग्राफी में मैंने बताया maps, world map बनाना सीख लो. वो बहुत ज़रूरी है. मतलब वो थोड़ा मुश्किल होता है बनाना, बट अगर उसको आपने बना लिया तो वो किसी ना क्वेश्चन में तो आप चिपका ही सकते हो. जिस क्वेश्चन में आपके पास कंटेंट नहीं है, 3 पेज भरने, कैसे करोगे? तो मैप बना दिया, मैप से कुछ इलस्ट्रेशन दिखा दी कि चलो ठीक है, यहाँ पे कोरल रीफ्स होती हैं, या यहाँ पे चलो यहाँ पे साइक्लोन्स के लिए हॉट पॉइंट है, यहाँ पे अर्थक्वेक का हॉट स्पॉट है, उसको आप डायग्राम में बना लिया. तो वो मैप्स अच्छे से बना लो. मैप्स की प्रैक्टिस बहुत अच्छे से कर लो. मतलब मैं समझता हूँ कि अगर वर्ल्ड मैप को अगर आप हर हफ्ते आधा घंटा वर्ल्ड मैप बनाते हो तो वर्ल्ड मैप आपका काफ़ी प्रैक्टिस हो जाता है। और इंडिया का मैप तो आना ही चाहिए, यू हैव टू रिमेंबर इट बाय हार्ट एवरीथिंग, इवन माइन्यूट डिटेल्स भी थोड़ा पता होना चाहिए उसका, बिकॉज वो एक यूनिक पॉइंट देता है आपको। नॉट एवरीबडी विल एबल टू डू दैट ना, सो इफ यू आर एबल टू डू दैट, यू आर डूइंग समथिंग डिफरेंट, and only by doing something different you will be able to clear the examination. With 99.9% will not be able to do that. So you have to have these points in mind. हिस्ट्री के क्वेश्चन में अक्सर लोग पीपल आस्क दैट सर आर्ट एंड आर्किटेक्चर के क्वेश्चन में देयर आर क्वेश्चन दैट वी डोंट नो अबाउट, सो दैट विल ऑलवेज हैपन. यू हैव टू, एज आई सेड, यू हैव टू ड्रॉ अ मैप. if something has happened asking about some architecture of the kingdom, you may not be knowing anything about that, but at least you should know कि वो kingdom कहाँ पे है इंडिया में, उसको आपने मैप पे हाईलाइट कर दिया. फिर सम कॉमन पॉइंट्स ऑफ आर्किटेक्चर जैसे मैंने बताया वो तो रहते ही हैं, फोर्ट्स, पैलेसेस, आपके गार्डन्स, तो उसमें अगर आपको ध्यान आ जाए तो यू हैव टू मेंशन दैट ऑल्सो. फिर आपको ये भी मेंशन करना उसमें, यू कैन ऑल्सो मेंशन दैट व्हाट आर द लैकूनास, लाइक जो आर्किटेक्चर था उसका उसमें क्या डिफरेंट था एज कम्पेयर टू अदर्स, तो उसको भी आप मेंशन कर सकते हो कि क्या वो नॉर्थ इंडियन स्टाइल में था, क्या वो सदर्न स्टाइल में था, उसको भी आप मेंशन कर सकते हो. तो ऐसे आपको थोड़ा प्रेजेंस ऑफ माइंड यूज करना पड़ता है इन एरियाज में. एंड डोंट बी बॉक्ड डाउन बाय सम क्वेश्चन दैट यू मे नॉट बी नोइंग. इट हैपन्स विद एवरीबडी. साथ ही लोगों का डाउट रहता है कि सर हाउ टू अप्रोच वर्ल्ड हिस्ट्री, लाइक वेदर इट इज वर्थ गिविंग टाइम ऑन दैट. I would say you have to study the topics, but don't give too much time. Before mains, before prelims, between prelims and mains, I gave around, I think around 2 days for world history. So that is sufficient. If in 2 days you can get one question of 10 marks or 15 marks, I would say it is only a 10 marker, but the confidence that you will develop in answering that question is very important, that you will take away in the entire examination. Okay, this question is something that I have written very well. So वो confidence आपका बढ़ाएगा. बट नॉट एट द कॉस्ट ऑफ द वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक्स लाइक मॉडर्न हिस्ट्री हो गया आपका, वो आपको सब अच्छे से करना है. रिवाइजिंग एंड रिकॉलिंग इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर द एग्जाम. रीड, रिवाइज, रिकॉल, 3 R's स्ट्रैटेजी आई ऑलवेज से अबाउट. तो उसको अच्छे से रिवाइज करना है आपको और रिकॉल करने की कोशिश करनी है, दैट वॉट एवर यू कैन रिकॉल इन द एग्जाम स्टिमुलेटेड टाइम. सो जस्ट आई वांट टू सम अप व्हाट आई सेड. फर्स्टली, रीड द सिलेबस. Secondly, prepare notes of around 250 to 300 words on every topic of the syllabus. Thirdly, पेपर सॉल्विंग के बारे में आई सेड दैट यू हैव टू मेक मैप्स ऑफ ज्योग्राफी, गिव एग्जांपल्स फॉर सोसाइटी, कोट फॉर हिस्ट्रीज लाइक एग्जांपल्स एज वेल एज डायग्राम्स फॉर हिस्ट्री ऑल्सो यू हैव टू मेक. एंड लास्टली यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट PYQs आर मस्ट फॉर GS1 पेपर. इसके 10 years PYQ you have to be abreast with because the question will be repeated also. So try to answer all the PYQs very well. And finally, solving test series. Test series is very important. I will say some coaching institutes have very good fine papers. You can just refer to those test series, get yourself answers corrected, talk to mentors where you are doing wrong, what can be done right, and try to interlink with other papers also. Like if you are studying about society, you can quote example from ethics also. There is no bar from doing that. If you are studying geography, you can also quote examples from the agriculture. You can quote examples about economy, socio-economic examples or geo-economic examples can also be added into that. So try to cross-fertilize in every part, you can do that. And lastly, don't be bogged down by a few bad scores, like of your bad scores as well as others' bad scores. Try to understand that this examination is all about being relatively well. So if you write relatively well answers than others, you are able to do well and clear the examination. So with these words, I want to end my discussion, and if at all there are any doubts, I am open to that in the comments. Thank you. Thanks a lot.